Another day, another review from Post in the Diary Room. Welcome to Post in the Diary Room. I am the Postman. Today's review is on the project titled Pyrrhic by Terebi. So Terebi is generally a newcomer on my playlist. So this is a project that has 6 songs. It has one feature. The feature is Zango Kubeka, and it was also done by one producer who is Trigger Nasty. The very first time I heard of Trigger Nasty was when he worked on the two following songs. He worked on Fuck the World by Aries as well as Death by Aries. So I think generally this is a project that sounds really clean as far as the vocals are concerned, because Trigger Nasty here was leaning towards, I think the overall project leans towards Afro beats or Afro pop, Afro soul. I can't necessarily describe what kind of sound it is, but it sounds like an Afro beat song. Like it sounds like an Afro beat sound. The sound here is really amazing because it was done by one producer. So I think the idea that Terebi had for this specific EP was just molded and shaped into just one good body. The first song on this body is titled Fine Babe. And Fine Babe is a song where Terebi just talks about this beautiful woman who's like well groomed. She's really attractive. She takes care of herself. She's always in designer. She always leaves him in a particular state whenever they're together, but that's none of our business. But I think this is a song that has like a up beat or Afro. Yeah, like the beat here is like an urban Afro beat. I think that's the general feeling we get in this specific project. Like the beats here are barely flat. Like all of them have something to them. The second song is titled Timing, and Timing is a song where Terebi just explains how he feels like he met the right person but at the wrong time. This is a girl that he really, really liked, but just because she wasn't patient enough with him, they had to break up. But he also feels like he could have dealt with things in a better way, but just because they just couldn't, or I think just because he was immature at the time, he just didn't think things through as far as maybe the situations that they faced together as a couple, leading to even making hasty decisions. So here he just says, if I knew what I know now, surely you'll be all mine. So that basically just details that, and it just not even details that, but just advances that thought that maybe he was immature regarding certain situations that they faced. But I think this is also a song to watch it for as far as the overall project is concerned, because I think this is one of the best songs on this specific body. And then the next song is titled Fine Things. So Fine Things features Zango Kubeka. So Zango Kubeka also just comes into the fold and just talks about his best friend, the girl he considers his slime. This is a girl that he likes, and he just basically just details the finer things he would like to do for her, because he even mentions that he would like to take on a holiday. But then again, the production here is also clean, because I think the overall production here, to avoid talking about the production, again, the production here is just generally clean. The vocals are clean. The beats are just amazing. And yeah, so shout out to Trigger Nasty on that end. And as I was saying, Zango Kubega is just detailing the finer things he would like to do for his girl. And then Terebi just comes here and just molds he just puts together the Nigerian cadence as well as, and then he just gives it this South African flavor to it that appeals to everyone. I think he makes mention of the Zulu cadence at the same time. I don't know how he does it, but we just get a lot of Nigerian or West African cadence in this particular project. But it also gives it its own identity by also giving that Zulu element to it. And he even says, yeah, Tatu Tando Yazinigelela way. So that basically means that he is openly giving his love to the specific girl, and she just needs to grab it. And then the next song, I think it's an emotional song, I think it's also one of the most introspective songs in this specific project. It's titled Let Me Explain. And with this one, it's a song where we just move away from the entire Afro beats or the Afro beats. We just hear, now we are at a state where we are meant to imagine what the overall project is meant to look like. Not even look like, but like the song here is basically giving us room to picture particular scenarios as to what was happening when he made the song, like the kind of state that he was in. That's what I'm basically saying. So with this one, it's titled Let Me Explain. So he's just basically explaining to this girl that he's drowning in the abyss and he just needs time to work on himself. But he also lets her know that just because she's working on herself doesn't mean that she wants them to be broken apart as a couple. But I think generally she gets the idea that, yeah, you're breaking up with me. But I think also here, he mentions that he's caught up in a lifestyle that he's not really, really a fan of. So he needs like time to himself, time to find himself. And I think with that being said, I think the time or like the emotion that he was feeling at the particular time was just put together into this particular song. And Let Me Explain as a song that really sounds amazing. And Trigger Nasty was able to just match the mood as far as the production is concerned, because the beat here is just like a beat that you would hear like in a movie. It's like it's a beat that you would play when a movie moves along to like maybe the part where someone is being broken up, or like a couple is breaking up, or like maybe something tragic has happened. It's like a melancholy beat type thing. Like it's a really sad beat, but it just has presence of some sort. Like this is a beat that you probably hear on a sex scene, but like, yeah, it's just generally, there's nothing wow about it, but it's just, it just has presence, but shout out to Trigger Nasty for that one. And yeah, I just hope that Terebi was able to just get out of that abyss that he was stuck in, and I think I also wish that him and his girl are just back together, because in particular songs, he just sounds really happy with this girl. And on this next song, it's called Peace of Mind. Peace of Mind is a song where I don't know, he sounds really stressed, man. Like, this is a really conflicted character. When you're talking about Terebi, he's just like really conflicted because he lets us into his heart, but, we just get a lot from him at the same time because we just already know so much about him and how he feels about particular people in his life, So in this song, Peace of Mind, he just feels like this girl lied to him because, I don't know, for some odd reason, she said she'll be his peace of mind. And whenever his friends tell him, bro, break up with this girl because she's not good for you, he always tells his friends that, no, my heart is with her, and they just don't understand. He just tells his friends that they don't understand the kind of love that they share together, which for me is understandable, because as far as when people don't understand the kind of love that you share with your person, then it's understandable why you would be on the defense when they tell you that, yo, bro, this person is toxic for you. But on this particular song, we are in the same phase as maybe Fine Babe, Timing, as well as Fine Things. Like we're back to that Afro beats sound. And yeah, the hook here, man, he's even singing for some odd reason. Like I get that he's been singing, but here he's just tapping into like a different singing bag where he's even going high, but yeah, I think shout out to Terebi on that end. And then the last song is titled Pyrrhic. I think Pyrrhic just sums up everything that we need to know about this project, because the sounding here is also like, this is also one of the best songs for me. I think Fine Babe, Timing, and Pyrrhic are one of the best songs for me in this specific project. So Terebi just says Angsagwazi. So basically here is just basically tapping into like a girl that he hasn't spoken to in a really long time, but to his surprise, she's not picking up his phone calls. I don't even think that's surprising on his end, because he knows what he did to her, or he knows what's happening between the two of them. But he's just Angsagwazi, he's kind of missing her. And so this is like a song where it's a song like I've explained before, like this is a project that is layered with different types of emotions and phases of a relationship, basically. So Angsagwa is probably the phase where Pyrrhic is just the phase where you've broken up with the person, but you just miss it, even if the breakup was just awful, but you just call her just to pick on her type thing. But yeah, she's clearly mad at him because she didn't pick up the call. But he also makes mention that he's trying to prove to his family that he's really about this music thing. He needs to show his family that he's dedicated type thing. And I think generally, if his parents or his family heard this particular project, then they wouldn't probably hate, because I think this is one project that would probably take him out of the hood. But I just have a problem with this particular project, because I know that an EP is meant to be a project that basically sums up what maybe, no, it doesn't sum up what your project or like your album would look like, but an EP is generally like, or meant to be, songs that don't make your album generally. And in this specific EP, I just felt like it didn't have any cohesion, like there was no cohesion. Like the project just lacks cohesiveness, because at some point we at Fine Babe timing, and then the next point we on Let Me Explain, like it just, but generally it's a good project. It's a good project. I just wish that maybe there were like bridges that lead towards every single song. And maybe even the track listing could have been a bit better, but like the songs individually sound really amazing. And I think that's something Terebi will hopefully work on, as far as the album that he's hopefully gonna drop really soon is concerned. But yeah, man, shout out to Terebi, and he really sounds solid here, and I don't see a reason why he should tap out of this sound, because I think he might be golden in this sound, and this is a sound that basically suits him really, really well. But yeah, I'm interested in hearing from him a bit more and hearing what he has planned for us, and we'll gladly review his songs again. But once again, post in the diary room, and yeah, signing out. Like, share, subscribe, comment, and just comment and just let me know what you think about this project, because I am just the gateway for you guys to listen to these people, because they just give us all this good music, and all I do is just review it, and it's up to you to like listen to it. But I just genuinely want you guys to listen to it, because it's really important for everyone else just to like establish their own opinions about the songs that we review, or like the albums that we review. Because yeah, man, like we just have people battering me all the time, but they just don't genuinely listen to the project. So yeah, man, Pyrrhic out now by Terebi. Tap in.